Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to you from wherever you're watching from and whatever the time is there. My name is Annabelle Benson. I am your Hospitality Edge coach. Hospitality Edge is basically a platform where we share ideas, knowledge, skills, generally everything you need to know about the hospitality industry and about the customer service industry. And even if your organization doesn't fall under the hospitality industry per se, but you handle guests, you handle clients, you handle customers, you render service, or you're a customer yourself, you can benefit a lot from the tips that we share here. Today, we're dealing with a topic that you might call a little off what we would usually offer, but it still has to do with the work environment, and it is basic steps to an honorable resignation. We live in a part of the world where people do not know or do not like or do not want to resign honorably. People want to resign shadily. People want to resign terribly, and it's becoming a culture which is bad for employers and even you as an employee. Now let me tell you how it affects both people. To the employer, it destabilizes you. It destabilizes the employer. Imagine you're banking so much on a particular staff, and all of a sudden this staff just doesn't show up to work the next day and just destabilizes a lot of work for that period to be able to get someone else. That's on the part of the employer. On the part of the employee, you make it difficult for employers to trust employees. You make it difficult for employers to, give permanent or juicy packages to employees, because they'll just have the mindset that one day this person is just going to walk away from this job without prior notice. So on both ends, it affects us. So why don't we do it honorably? There's actually a way to resign and everybody is happy. Now let me tell you something. Nobody is ever happy to lose a good staff. So when you have the mindset that if I tell my boss that I'm resigning, he's not going to be happy, it's a good thing. It only means that you are a good staff, right? But eventually, I don't think anyone is going to tie you down to a workplace, especially when you don't have any debts or any theft issue or any issue tying you down to that workplace. If you actually resign honorably, it creates a great work environment for both you as an employee and the employer. I've been an employer of labor for years now, and I can tell you it is sad to see that this generation resign very dishonorably, very terribly. I don't know where these trainings stem from, and I just thought it's necessary to do a video like this. You can actually resign and resign well, and everybody's happy. Let me tell you, my father used to tell us something back then, that be careful how you shut a door. He's not saying don't shut the door. He's just saying be careful how you shut the door, because you might need that particular door in time to come. I remember a certain staff of mine had resigned honorably. He had resigned very well. He was relocating to another state and got a job in a hotel in another state. I gladly gave him a recommendation that easily got him a job when he got to that state. Now he gets to this other state because he left Abuja because he felt that the cost of living in Abuja was quite high, and that I understand. He explained all of this and resigned. And he wanted to move back to his city, I think Uyo or Cross River, one of the two states. And he moved back and found out that he was practically struggling, and he reached out to us once again that he would love to come back to Abuja. Now this was what I did, and I'll explain to you why I did what I did when I start mentioning the processes to resign honorably. When he came back, I didn't give him his same position. No, I stepped his level a notch lower, but I still gave him a job back. Why? Because he was a good staff. Secondly, because he resigned honorably. Now I needed him to work himself back up to that position that he left, because when he left, I had promoted somebody else from the position below to his own position. So I couldn't have kicked this other person out, and he was okay with the offer that we gave, and eventually he worked his way back up to that position. Now there are processes to resign honorably, and the number one is prepare your decision. Why do I say prepare your decision? Before you announce your resignation, make sure that you have thought it through. Make sure that you have reviewed it. Make sure that is a plan that you're willing to go through with. A lot of us just resign for the sake of resigning, and then 2 days later you now realize that this resignation is not how I planned it to. You now want to come back to the former workplace without any. So that was the reason why I gave that guy, when I took that former staff I talked about, I didn't give him the same level he left. I reduced the level 1 step lower. Why? Because if you had thought your decision through thoroughly, you wouldn't have left this current job, knowing fully well that where you were relocating to might not be as wonderful as Abuja, and that you might need to come back. So prepare your decision, think it through before you even announce it. The second point is inform your direct manager privately. Now, every staff, every worker has a manager that they work with directly. Now, when you want to resign, inform this direct manager face to face, my darlings, not through an SMS, not through a mail, not to drop a letter at the gate. Sit this person down and inform this person face to face. Deliver the news to them. After you have informed your direct manager, now what most of us do is we start to tell our colleagues, and then it starts to spread as a rumor. Oh, this person is resigning, and then your direct manager hears, and then before you know, your boss hears, and before you know, the HR department hears, and it's not like a rumor. No, let the first person you're telling be your direct manager. After which you can then start to tell your colleagues and any other person. Then submit a formal letter. A formal letter. Provide a concise, polite, and written resignation letter to your HR department, stating when you want to resign, stating how you want to resign, giving the necessary notices, following through with the process of resignation in your organization. The next point is be positive. While resigning, don't start looking for negative things. Don't start looking for what the organization did or didn't do to you. Focus on the great opportunities that the organization has provided you with, rather than complaining. Even if you're leaving an organization due to poor treatment, ensure that you maintain professional composure to protect your own reputation, basically. The next point is offer a smooth transition. Oh, I don't want to train the next person so that it will not be easy for them. Why are you being mean? Why are you being mean? And why are you being wicked? Create a detailed handover document for whoever is going to take up your role. Ensure that you finish key projects that you have started. If possible, offer to train your successor. If you're going to be around as at the time when your successor is resuming, offer to train your successor to ensure seamless transition. Your goal is to resign. Your goal is not to pull down the organization. And the next point is handle the exit process properly. Ensure that you return all company documents promptly, intact. Participate in anything that you're expected to participate in while you exit. Ensure that you follow through with the process with which the organization determines you to resign. Some of us run away. Once you receive salary on the 30th, the next day they don't see you again. Why are you being smart? You don't know where you will meet somebody, and it's not even because of that. It's for your professional outlook generally. You don't just drop a job. It goes a lot to show the kind of person that you are. I've had an incident where a particular staff had not resigned from his former job, and he came to resume a job here. And as is our culture, we would always contact your former workplace to ensure that you didn't steal, to ensure that all is well, and that's why you left there. And on contacting the former workplace, the HR will just shout, is he there? Is he there? Is he there? Hold him down there. That person is a criminal. You can imagine that. So please, I speak to us today to learn to resign honorably. It doesn't cost anything. A good name is better than riches. A good name is better than that higher salary you think you're running to. It doesn't matter what this organization has done to you. Do your part to resign honorably. Don't let there be anything that this organization is holding against you. Let the only thing they're holding against you be the fact that they're going to miss you and they wish you're not leaving. Not that you resign terribly and make it a messy situation. I hope with these few points of mine, you've been convinced that on that job, and if you're thinking of resigning, you do it and you do it well. Prepare your decision, think your decision through thoroughly, inform your manager privately before you inform your colleagues, submit a formal letter, keep everything positive, offer a smooth transition, and handle the entire process properly. Till we meet next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.